Welcome back to Mildly Entertaining. I'm Void,
I'm Jack.
and today we're doing Petty Revenge.
Yay, revenge stories.
Yay!
Not that we condone revenge, but as long as no one's getting hurt, it's funny.
I ain't condone petty.
Petty is okay.
I love petty. I am
What?
petty.
I was gonna say, that's because you're petty.
Yeah, I am. Anyway, so are these 6 or 7 people we've picked out for you today?
Hopefully some big juicy stories.
This one seems long. This first one. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, that's long. Okay, we've got... Okay. I did not look to see. I saw the titles. I opened them up in new tabs. I'm like, these are the ones we're going to do. I didn't read through them. I didn't look to see how long they were. Big mistake. Big mistake on my part. Might as well jump in though, I guess.
Let's go.
Before I quit my job back in August, I forgot I did something petty and net nannied the workstations. I don't know what that means.
The gist of it is he made it so that the stations don't have full access to everything like your home computer would. Things are blocked. They're locked behind password protection and things like that.
Oh, and I bet his computer was, their computer was set up. Okay, I get it. This just got brought up to me via text from one of my old coworkers, and I had completely forgotten about it and thought I'd share it. For context, I live in the Midwest.
I don't know why that matters, but okay.
It might. We don't know. It might.
That's true.
I had a friend at my previous job who worked in IT. He was head of cybersecurity and licenses when I was project manager for the site and ran the facilities. He and I had to work together work hand in hand frequently, as we had government contracts and had to log in visitors and get them vetted sometimes for a key fob to the entire facility. I would collect vendor information and pass it on to him while he ran things and got permissions. Sometimes I was upgrading on-site systems or installing new equipment for monitoring things like the new solar panels and whatnot. This required me to install new programs, and not only on my computer, but specific workstations as well. Prior to this current job, I had worked for the government as a contractor, and my top secret clearance was a good selling point for me with this company, as it meant the IT department could work with me on things and use my own contacts I'd also established. It was also the IT manager that understood the lingo and nomenclature.
Yeah.
So needless to say, my friend and I worked well with each other. Unlike any other IT department I'd worked with or companies I worked for, this job hated IT and treated them like the red-headed stepchild.
Oof.
IT hindered production, and they hated all the rules and procedures that came from them, more like a burden than a preventative. The company gave them the lowest minuscule budget I'd ever seen and never took any of what they said seriously. They overworked them and made them come in on weekends or staying late, citing, "That's why their salary." I sympathized with them and tried my best to help or do the work for them to take things off their plate. New access point needed installed? No problem. I'll use the scissors lift to do it. Need the Ethernet cable run 100 yards from the roof to the hub? Sure, why not? The trust my helping and knowledge led to my friend giving me admin access for me to install or debug programs for him while he was stuck in hours-long training sessions or meetings. The company wisely had certain workstations committed to one computer, and if that crashed or acted up, it shut down productive or the line. It was just easier for me to enter in administrator credentials and reboot systems or troubleshoot rather than wait for them to get done by IT. My friend left for another job across the country, and I honestly had forgotten that I had administrator credentials. I hadn't honestly needed them for a while, and I was busy with other things. Because I was in charge of the facilities, I was generally the last one out every single day. The workers had a bad habit of leaving every light on, and the owner of the company would get triggered by it. It was just easier for me to stay 20 minutes after the end of shift and close up shop after the stragglers or people finishing jobs. My last day wasn't any different than normal, but with one small difference. I heard voices this time while I was closing up. I followed the source, and one of the workstations was left unlocked and blaring on his webpage. Fox News on one page and Newsmax on the other. Employees had been warned about this tons, and the person whose stations I was at was a shit person next to me. An evil idea came over me, and then I remembered that I had administrator credentials. I went to the web settings and started blocking those sites. Out of curiosity, I went to another workstation and found their browsing history was the same, so I proceeded to do the same thing. I continued to do this at every workstation throughout only one plant. Not only was it foolproof, but the stations were unlocked by the username of the department it was at, but also a blanket work password. The administrator credentials were also a blanket username and password, not tied to anyone. Keycards were only logged in the system for inbound, not outbound. It wasn't unheard of for the staff to still be there finishing things up, hence my staying late, so you couldn't pinpoint who done it. The timestamp for admin access might give it away, but there's no cameras in the facility. IT is generally one of the last ones out as well. They could check the logs all they wanted. It was a different team than when my friend was there, and they didn't know I had admin access. Hell, even I forgot I did too. Plus, I was quitting. Good luck proving it wasn't one of you or admitting there was a breach in security. I honestly forgot about it until one day, one of my plant managers messaged me out of the blue today. We had a snowstorm last night, and the solar panels were acting up, so they needed to know how to reboot them. I told him how because I was helping him, not the company. So we started catching up, and I asked how the skeleton shift was working for them. He said fine, but they'd been trying to fight a glitch in the matrix for a few months now. The weekend crew was hit with layoffs because of the winter and these tariffs. They're running a crew of 3 on the weekends, and they've been doing okay, but their chief complaint is they can't use certain websites for some reason. Since IT was overworked and it was just the weekend shift complaining, it was deemed a low priority, but apparently it's starting to piss more and more people off, and they're now unintentionally throwing themselves under the bus if they're complaining they can't watch Fox News, etc. on shift instead of working. Seems like a win-win to me. Too long didn't read? I had admin access and blocked the right-wing websites prior to quitting my job. Now if someone complains about it, they'll admit that they're not paying attention to the job and get in trouble.
That's how you do that shit.
We are not going to comment on the politics of this post, okay?
No, just the
fact that you're using work time to do leisure activities.
Yeah, and that's what that revenge stopped.
Yeah.
They either have to do their job and muddle through it, or they have to admit that they've been misallocating company time. Not a good thing to admit to doing.
Exactly.
Especially when you want to keep a job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That one was good because it was such a subtle little, like, oh, even I forgot I had done this to these people.
It was long. My poor mouth.
I think only one other was really long.
Well, this next one is short.
Yay!
My dog is petty AF. I have a little 22-pound Min Pin / Coonhound mixed and a 70-pound Doberman. Okay. Which one do we think is petty?
The Doberman.
Okay, then I'm going to go the Min Pin Coonhound mix. You guys put in the comments, which one do you think is... Don't Well, you can't read it because it's not on the screen, but don't read it. Don't listen. Just comment down and then listen, okay? I'll give you a minute.
4 to 6 days later.
I got tired of waiting.
4 to 6 more days later.
I gave them each a snack tonight. A small dog bone each. The Dobie eats hers quickly while the little one doesn't. The little one and I were in my bedroom while the Dobie went to the living room. When the Dobie came back, the little one stood her ground. She would not let the Dobie in the room. I'm sure she thought the Dobie wanted her treat. She even tried attacking her. I got up to get between them. Big no-no, by the way. Huge no-no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get a broom. You do not get in the middle of two dogs trying to attack each other. Fun facts with Floyd. The little one walked past several of the Dobie's toys that were in the hallway and stopped at two of her favorites that were in the living room. She looked over her shoulder at me and the Dobie, then with the treat in her mouth, and squatted to pee on them. And she decided to do a squat and pee walk over a pair of my shoes, all while staring right at me over her shoulder.
Oh, you called that one.
Oh, God. I was right, though. Yeah, it was the min
See,
pin.
I thought the 22-pound min pin was going to eat both treats real fast before the Dobie got anything, so the Dobie was going to be the petty one. But no, that took a turn. Oh,
that was hilarious.
That was funny. I like that one.
That was hilarious. Short but sweet. Short but sweet.
Goofy dog shit is always funny, though.
Yeah, anything funny animal is okay in my book. As long as it's actually funny, because sometimes I feel like, not to be that person, but like sometimes I feel like it's kind of, and I feel like this for funny human videos too, it's kind of teetering on the edge of not being okay.
Yeah.
You know? But like people are still laughing. So, as long as it's not doing that, I think it's okay. Anyway. Another short one. Are you ready?
Yes.
Petty grocery shopping? Okay,
Question.
revenge may be a bit of a stretch here, but it was definitely petty and had an incredibly satisfying outcome. While in college, I had the loudest neighbor, and our walls weren't even particularly thin. I never heard any other neighbors. She exclusively took all her calls on speakerphone. Oh, God.
Oh, it's one of these people.
And shouted everything she said. Oh, that poor older woman at the Dollar Tree the other day.
These people make my eye twitch. Yeah, but she had a genuine... I feel like she had a genuine issue, though.
Yes, but story time for our minions, okay? And yes, they are now minions. We were leaving the Dollar Tree, and we saw this older woman, 70s, 80s. She was on her cell phone, okay? On speaker. And my brother, Jack, said, she's holding, this was later, after we left, said she was holding the phone while on speaker up to her ear.
Yeah, she had it like she was taking a normal phone call. But you could tell it was on speaker because you could hear the other person speaking. Coming from
and
the
I
back
don't know,
of the
maybe
phone.
she just didn't realize it was on speaker.
I'm going with she's just really deaf. Because she didn't just have it close to her ear. She was holding the cart with one hand and holding the phone with the other. And the only way she could do it was pressed against the side of her head. So it is against the ear. I should not be hearing that conversation.
Yeah.
That was...
And I mean, obviously we're not throwing stones at the poor woman or anything.
No, she may have had a genuine hearing issue. Because I did comment that's probably about the point you should start considering a hearing aid. Because if you have to put it on speakerphone and put it up to your ear to still hear it.
But believe it or not, insurance just don't cover everything. Welcome to America.
But I hate the ones who they're in the store, the phone is in their hand but away from their face because it's on speaker. They're having a conversation with another person. And it's... Loudly. And it's never a relevant conversation. It's not, hey...
Usually it's an argument.
It's never, hey, when you put this on the list, what did you mean this or this? No, it's always something incredibly stupid. And they're both shouting, even though one or both of them are on speakerphone. I don't know why they're shouting.
Because it's an argument.
it's Walmart. It's not even. No one is that loud. They're not trying to be heard over anybody or anything.
People at Walmart. There are exceptions to that, I feel like, of course.
There's some, but I imagine they're few and far between.
Yeah. Next
Right.
post.
Let's get to that one.
This one. Oh no. Can I have a mulligan and skip one?
Well, let's finish the other one because I'm reading.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we didn't. We stopped
Because we were talking.
to tell our own story.
Oh,
Okay.
I just read the other half. She is one of those people I was just talking about.
Okay, well wait. I haven't yet.
No, go ahead. I'll let you catch up. Go ahead. This is pretty.
She also played the recorder. Are there seriously college classes teaching the recorder? What the f***? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. To say that she drove me absolutely insane was an understatement. One day, I overheard her on the phone with her mother, absolutely losing it because her...
Yeah. Yeah.
Because her lady part was super itchy, asking for advice for relief and whether or not she needed to go see her doctor. As luck would have it, I was getting ready to go grocery shopping when I overheard all this and decided to pick her up some Vagisil. Left a note that says, "Hope this helps. Also, you may want to stop taking all your calls on speakerphone." Apparently, this was all it took for her to find her indoor voice. I never heard another word out of her. Alexandria, if you're reading this, I hope it was nothing serious. Oh my god.
That's not revenge. No, but that's definitely
Okay.
some petty shit right
to
there.
air out your yeast infection to not just that neighbor. Who knows what other neighbors were hearing her?
Or what else has been said?
Yeah, honestly, because, obviously OP works.
Yeah, so she's not present for all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is why you don't do that. If you want people to mind their business, then don't air it out.
At least it
we
wasn't something
won't.
intimate.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't something intimate.
Something super intimate anyway. I would say that was still fairly on the
loudly intimate. If you get my drift. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Oh dear God. I'm just curious what the next one is now.
I took an hour commute to get to my coworker in trouble.
Oh, that already sounds petty as shit.
Are you ready? I live about 20 minutes away from my workplace by car, and I drive every day. It's a lot more convenient for me than the hour-long public transport route that involves multiple transfers, going into traffic, and my shifts aren't regular. Changing between midnight and 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., my senior coworker also drives to work, and his shifts are only 8 a.m. We had an upcoming supplier visit that was about another hour's drive from our office. I was already annoyed with my senior because despite all of it being his responsibility, he left me with all the tasks of coordinating the visit. All that was left was the question of who's driving. The month leading up to the visit, my senior kept making leading comments about how he didn't want to drive, or asking me if I had gone to that area before. I didn't want to add chauffeur to my responsibility, so I kept rebuffing him. One day, I overheard him talking to my manager about how we still didn't really have a plan and he would figure something out. I waited 3 days for that something to get to me, but all I got were more of the same. So, a week before the visit, I started leaving my car at home and commuted every day. I woke up an hour early and all that. I didn't mind the extra hour because I was fueled by spite, and it was an opportunity for me to catch up on my podcasts. 3 days of this, my manager noticed I fed him this fake story about how my brother was in town, and I let him my car so he could see all the sights with his girlfriend. I also drafted an email that I sent to my manager and my senior, asking the supplier for ways to get to them because our transport plans fell through. My manager was livid with my senior, asking him if this was his idea of figuring something out. He also berated him for being irresponsible and leaving much of the work to his junior, calling it shameful behavior. My senior begrudgingly drove us to and from the supplier's place. Oh, and my brother went home the day of our visit, so I rolled up to the office in the next morning in my car.
Haha. Yes. Let the evil flow through you.
The edit is just about like reimbursement and thanking people for...
Yeah, it's mostly just thanking the Reddit page itself.
Yeah.
And stuff. So no edit to the actual story. Just...
That was actually really...
It was small but powerful. I like those.
Small but powerful.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the paper trail of emailing not just the manager and the senior, but also the...
Supplier.
The supplier, yeah.
Yeah.
Paper trail. Are we ready for the next one?
Yes.
Gave my friend's boyfriend her phone number when he hit on me at a club. Okay, so this one took my brain a minute. OP gave their friend's boyfriend their friend's number. So his girlfriend's phone number. I probably just made that worse.
Probably.
Anyway. Years before everyone had a cell phone, I was at a club. I noticed my friend's boyfriend from numerous photos. I knew he cheated on her. She caught him once and she forgave him. I can't stand this guy, even though I had never met him in person until now. So, he notices me and starts flirting with me. I gave him a fake name and pretended to flirt back a little bit. He ultimately asked me for my phone number. I took a napkin, that's how we did it in the old days, and wrote my fake name and his real girlfriend's phone number on a napkin.
Ha 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 ha. Go ahead, call the number, dumbass. Go ahead.
I dare you. I triple dog dare you.
Yeah, we're that old.
Yeah. We're as old as writing your phone number on a napkin, okay? Where you had to remember your phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he was tipsy because he didn't recognize for the phone number. Later that night, he called and asked for Jill, not my friend's name. She shared the story with me, and I didn't fess up in the moment. She broke up with him soon after that. A few months later, she met the most amazing man, who she ended up marrying. I broke the news to her then. She was grateful and actually thought it was hilarious. Edit. To those doubting we did not have cell phones then, a few select people did. They were bigger than show boxes? They can't mean shoe boxes.
They were fairly sizable. They could probably fit in a shoebox, though.
Maybe as long as a shoebox, but not as thick as one.
Yeah.
So this must be like the 80s.
No, it's probably like early.
Maybe early 90s.
Yeah,
like 93 and below.
Because back then, cell phones' batteries had to be huge in order to cope. And the technology for receiving couldn't be miniaturized. So you're talking about something that looked like an old walkie-talkie receiver with big-ass antenna on it, but it wasn't plugged into anything. Yeah, they still had physical buttons that beeped when you pushed them. There was no screen.
Yeah.
No such thing as apps.
You know what? I will show a photo because I edit these photos, not Jack. He does nothing. I do all the work.
She does all the
I
work.
will show a photo of the phone.
I sit here and laugh at her.
Anyway, last post. Are we ready?
We died.
Guy kept cutting in line at the coffee shop, so I made his morning routine miserable.
If you're having to go to a coffee shop, your morning routine is already a little miserable because you have to stand in line to wait for coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Even if it's at the drive-thru, honestly.
Yeah, you have to wait in a line.
There's a coffee shop I go to every morning before work. Small place, usually has a line of 5 to 6 people. There's this guy who would show up, see the line, then pretend to just remember he needed to ask the barista a question. He'd walk up to the counter, ask something stupid like what size the medium is, and then conveniently just order while he was already up there. He did this at least 4 times that I witnessed. Nobody ever called him out because, confrontation before coffee isn't worth it. So I started playing the same game. Whenever I'd see him walk in and start heading toward the counter with his I have a question routine, I'd quickly step out of line and beat him to it. Then I'd ask the most annoying, time-consuming questions possible. What's the difference between a latte and a cappuccino again? Do you have oat milk? What about almond? Soy? Which one froths better? Can you explain your whole pastry selection? And then I'd say, oh, actually, let me get back in line and think about it. And go back to my spot. He'd be stuck standing there looking like an idiot. About a week of this, he started just waiting in line like a normal person. Problem solved. Haven't seen him try to cut since.
Oh my god, that was such a serious line of white woman questions if I had ever heard one.
Yeah. And we can say that.
That was such white woman energy right there.
Yeah, I would agree because I am one. But also like
it was perfect though, because
because
it's just this constant laundry list of things that they would ask that are so clearly such stupid questions. Like, how could you not know that? And it's just all to make that one idiot stand there in the line like, the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
This is why I drink coffee.
I agree. I buy coffee at Walmart.
I don't go to coffee shops.
And I put it in the refrigerator
And drink,
if it makes it that long.
and drink it at home.
Yeah. Only not all the time because I can't afford to because we ain't got no money.
Yeah, coffee apparently pre-made coffee is expensive.
If you would like to help the poor, please like this video.
Please like and subscribe to the video, please.
Comment down below dirty bean water.
Dirty bean water. Somebody call Jacksepticeye.
Yeah. Someone ship us top of the morning coffee.
Those were good. I like those. Those were the perfect. Like, those were perfect petty revenge stories.
Yes, they were. Always post down below in the comment section if you want us to react to a specific story maybe or a specific subreddit.
Yeah, we're always on the lookout for new funny shit.
Always. And with that, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.